a patient. I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
How's it guys, Jarvis from Ostrich Longneck here. Well, I'm quickly got the plane on the bed. I've got the little bit of seam work I wanted to do done. So it's now over to just painting it. There was such a little I did on the top that I didn't bother really showing it. So next up is getting the compressor out, getting everything ready and start painting the aircraft in its main color. So let's get over to the bench / bed and well, start painting the next coat of paint. Be back now. Okay guys, let's start painting the plane. Just want to apologize for the noise the compressor is going to make. And let's get started. Okay guys, that's it for now. I'll be back now. Okay guys, let's quickly paint the last part of the aircraft, which is the bottom, and then we're done for this for now until the next part. Once again, sorry for the noise which the compressor makes. Mess up there. Damn, the lid fell off. Don't know how that happened. Okay guys, that's the bottom part. Be back later with the gluing on of other parts. So I'll be letting this get dry first, and I'll be back later. See you now. Okay guys, I'm now going to start putting the little parts on the side here before I give it its final bottom coat. Okay, that's the first one in place. Okay, that's 2 down, 1 more to go, then the other sides I'll do off camera. That one didn't want to take. Surprising if that is correct. Okay guys, that's all done. Once I've done the other side, I'll be back with the next section. So, see you now. Okay guys, I've already sprayed the one side, so it's not as much spray work. Okay, there we go. The little bit of paint I put in is finished. Just what I wanted to do. Just a little tip I want to give you guys. I haven't done it yet because, well, frankly, I don't have enough bottles. You buy a bottle of paint like this. Then when it's empty, you keep the bottle like it is, if you want. Then when you buy a new bottle, you throw half this bottle into the empty bottle. You fill this bottle up with thinners and that one up with thinners. You mix it so it's nicely mixed, and then it's ready just to pour in. So you'll have this one bottle will make 2 bottles of paint if you mix it 50-50. Once it's pre-thinned, all you have to do when you want to paint is just throw it into the gun and paint. So that's one little tip which I'm going to be doing in the future once I've got enough bottles put together. Is when I buy my paint, and I'm going to use it, throw half the paint in the other bottle with the same number and everything, and then just fill it up with thinners. Then it's already pre-mixed, so when I want to paint I just have to shake it up, pour it in my bottle and paint. So that's a little tip if you guys want to use it. Okay guys, I'm going to use this particular one because it looks nice and silver. This is called flat aluminium, which I want to use, and I'm going to be spraying these back areas now. So be back now. Okay guys, the next part I'm going to paint is this section over here. The color I'm using is going to be titanium silver. This is an older bottle, X32. Only piece I still got to do here, which I haven't done yet, is tape up those 2 parts. That section there and those 2 have to come that color. Now the tape I like using just for masking my lines is your normal tape there, but then everything else I just use your normal masking tape. Just take this, put it in like that. This is of course cheaper to use, so like that. Use as much as you want, and you don't have to worry because it's not as expensive as this tape here. Do the same on the other side. And that's it. Quick and easy. Masked off. I just want to put another piece over there. And that's it. Okay. Now, that's the area we're going to spray paint there. So, sorry for the noise of the compressor. Okay guys, the paint doesn't want to come out. Let me just check what's going on there. I'll be back soon. Okay guys, hopefully I've got it working now. So. Guys, that's the first coat. I'll give it another coat in a few minutes. Be back now. Okay guys, let's quickly give it another coat. Okay. There we go. Next, I'll turn it around and spray the other side, and once that's done, then it's the wheel wells that's got to go white. Be back now. Okay guys, next thing I'm going to do is the engine assembly while I'm waiting for the paint to dry. These must be painted the same color, so I'm hoping I've got enough paint. Once I mask the other side and paint that, then I can swimmer paint these at the same time. Now these are the little engine parts, they got to go on, and then there's some other little gadgets, I think it's called 18, yeah, these little gadgets. Over here, I've got to go onto these parts here, onto that part there. Then this whole assembly just slides in to the openings on the back, and your engine assembly is done. Just let's see, what do I need? I need a knife, which I seem to have misplaced. Okay guys, so when I get back, we'll be starting to assemble these parts and getting them ready for paint. Be back now. Okay guys, I'm back. Let me just zoom in on the parts which I'm going to be working on. Right over there. Okay, so these are the parts I'm going to be cutting off here and then assembling to those parts there. Okay, so let's see. Doesn't it matter? Doesn't appear to matter. Which is which? They all seem to be the same. Okay, that's that part's off. Okay, just got to cut these little tabs off. Guys, must always be careful with these knives. They can be pretty damn sharp. I've cut myself quite a few times. And that's with blunt knives, not even sharp ones. Sometimes you don't realize just how sharp a blunt knife can be. I've learned the hard way by cutting myself quite a few times. So just a little tip for anybody that's new at using these little knives. Even though it's blunt, that doesn't mean it's not going to cut you. Okay. Little tabs are almost off. Okay, so that must then go in like that. That aside, I'm only going to assemble one engine on the camera because doing both will just take too long. That's got to go in there now. Let's see if I can show you nicely. On the inside of this, right over there, is a little key, you could say, which locks into this little groove here. So each one of them has to be lined up neatly. So I'm going to just drop some glue on the inside. Next one. The final one. Okay, there we go, guys. The engine section and afterburner and whatever's been put into place. I'm gonna let that dry a bit because the next part fits in across here somehow. Okay, I see it goes, there's a little hole there and it goes in here, so there's going to be a load of them around the edge. So when I come back, I'll be gluing those little gadgets on. I don't know how nicely they're going to come out. While that's drying, I'm quickly going to assemble this part, a little engine, this one engine, and once that's done, then we'll get back to the next part. Be back now. Okay guys, I'm busy putting these little gadgets in place. I'm not going to show many of them because it's quite a lot and they're very, very small and require a lot of my concentration. Guys, let's hope that focuses. As you can see, those are the couple I've done already. I've got to do all of the round parts, so that's it for now. I'll be back now. Okay guys, one thing you can do is use pages from old magazines to cover up areas you don't want paint on. Now let's concentrate on that little part here. I've still got to get paint there. Okay guys, I'll be back in a second. Be back now. Okay guys, the next part I'm going to paint on those two over there. Once I'm done with that, I am basically finished for the evening. Let's quickly paint these parts. As you can see, the little arm pieces which open and close, that is now all in place. So let's start. Okay, there we go guys, that's one done. guys, that's it for now. Be back in a second. Okay guys, as you can see, I've got one engine in place. Sorry, I forgot to turn the TV off. Sorry about that, Dr. D busy watching a cow give birth. As you can see, I put one of the engines in. Now I've got the engine like that, so when I push it in I can look for the key without breaking those little pieces off. And there we go. There we go guys, let me see if I can get it a little bit closer. There's the two engines in place. I think those are the actual afterburner parts. Not that clued up on my jet stuff. There is a little bit of a touch up which I have to do in this corner here. It didn't go quite to plan, but that can be done with a paintbrush. So that's how far I am there. Just back it out a bit. That's the section which I painted last night, before I painted those. And then of course, just put it down like that. That's the section which I did yesterday before I painted the top piece. So that's how far I am. The next part which I'm going to do is inside there, and there. I've just got to mark those off and paint them white. But that will be for another video. Be back now. Okay guys, I said I'll be back now, but I just flipped the plane over and I just want to show you how easy it is to make a mess up. I just broke that part off. So, before I do anything else, I'll be gluing that back into place. Again. Okay guys, be back now. Okay guys, that's everything for this video. And the next video I'll be doing some more painting and putting on some parts. I'll most probably do the landing gear and all of that stuff done and get the bottom of the plane done before I start all the missiles and gluing all that in place. So until the next video, thanks for watching guys. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Leave a comment if you feel like it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the plane so far. Thanks for watching guys. Enjoy. Just one last thing, I just want to send my condolences to all the people who lost loved ones in the explosion last night in Manchester. I hope all the people that were injured recover soon, and hopefully the people behind the attack will be brought to justice for their cowardness attack on innocent civilians. Okay guys, see you in the next video. Live long and prosperous, and happy modeling. Cheers.